The positivity rate is 5.26. New York City, it's 5.71. 144 New Yorkers passed away. And they are in our thoughts and prayers. Hospitalization is 8,802 people. That's actually down 44 from yesterday. And we have 1,500 people who are in ICU, and we have 1,023 people who were intubated. That's where we are today. Let me say this about COVID. I was talking to a group last night. COVID fatigue. Well, we're tired of COVID. We're tired of COVID. It's 329 days. Yeah, I'm tired of COVID. You see these bags? These are not for carrying groceries, these bags. It's been a long 329 days. But this is a war. Think of it like a war. And we've had generations who went to war. And 329 days is not long when you are at war, right? We had generations that spent years at war. Concept of fatigue, well, I'm tired. This is a fight. And when you tire before the enemy tires, you know what happens? The enemy wins. We don't have the luxury of fatigue. We let our guard down, that beast will rise up and will defeat us. There's also a notion that, well, you know, people get sick with COVID, but people survive, so I'm not that afraid of COVID. Don't get cocky with COVID. Don't get cocky with COVID. 144 people died yesterday. Don't get cocky with COVID. The other point about COVID is it created a different dynamic in this country. I call it low tide in America. Last year was low tide in America. Low tide. You go to Shirley Chisholm Park, which is beautiful, which you should go to, and you look at the bay, and you look at the bay at low tide. And at low tide, you see all the ugliness that was on the bottom, right? When the water's up, high tide, it covers everything. Looks beautiful. Low tide, you see all the ugliness on the bottom. We've seen low tide in America and all the ugliness in the bottom. And you know what's on the bottom? Racism, discrimination, inequality. That's what we've seen on the bottom. And it is undeniable. Blacks died at twice the rate of whites from COVID. Blacks died at twice the rate of COVID. You can't just go past that fact. How did you have one population die at twice the rate of the white population? Latino population died at 1.5 times the rate of whites. Why? Because low tide, you saw all the racism and discrimination in the system. You saw all the health care disparities, more comorbidities in the Black and Latino community. And that's why they died. It's a fact. And it's death.